Okay, so I saw a recent request for a how do you set up membership? And absolutely, it's a little bit confusing. So let's see if I can go through a quick overview, um, and maybe get some of the basic steps clarified, because you have to go to a couple different places in your app, and pretty much in a particular order. So let me see if I can do it with a one shot, as a demonstration. So, given that, here you are, you're in your application somewhere on the front side of the platform, and you want to set up a membership area. So you go to sites first, client portal, and the dashboard is like how you send somebody a quick invite after you have created the thing. In settings is where you can actually set up the domain for the thing. So you can customize it instead of having this client club and random characters. You can set the branding for what your graphics should be. And you can set the permissions, whether it has access to affiliates, courses, and communities, or only some combination of the three. And then of the three, which is the landing page. Okay, that's the settings. And so you want to do that first. You want to set at least the branding from here, because the interesting thing is you think you want to set up memberships. And so you go to memberships. And if you go to memberships first, you're going to do courses after you have the community. You're going to go to your groups, and you're going to see you have one group, and you're going to go to create a group, and it's going to give you the option to add all of this branding portion. But if you were to go to the settings on your computer, on your community, you're still in memberships, but you'll do your, show you a second ago, this is client club, and then this random set of indicators. And you think you're in community settings, but if you go back here, you actually realize that you're back here in the sites client portal settings. You're in this branding portion of, or sorry, you were in the domain setup of this branding. So first, go, instead of going to memberships first, go to sites, client portal, settings, do your domain setup and your branding. That permissions that can wait till later, but you might as well do it now. Get the branding taken care of and the domain taken care of first. Then go to your memberships, go to your communities, and go to group. Now you're going to create a new group. And we're going to call this group test. And okay, I'm going to assume that I don't need, this isn't mandatory. So you're going to add your cover images, whatever those happen to be. Since we're in the GHL profit uh, business launch, we'll just use a generic business launch cover. We'll use a generic business launch logo. And that should be good enough for this. We're going to create that group. And here's one of the next frustrating things is in this community groups, you think you should be able to do something here with this new group that you just created. It's logical based on what you're seeing that you should be able to do that. Um, and I have a slow computer on satellite internet. So this is what happens sometimes when I do live trainings. Okay, so it seems logical. There you go. It seems logical from here that you would be able to, in communities, groups, you should be able to edit something. But in fact, the only things you can do is turn it inactive, or if it's inactive, you can turn it active. Those are the only things you can do in this community groups interface. Um, okay, so you go to there. Now you can once you have it and it's active, you can do things inside the group itself, or you can do things inside courses. So I can make a product and I can make that product be a, let's call it this training vault, whatever that training vault happens to include. And I can make an offer for that product. So you can't give someone direct access to the community, or to you. You might be able to do communities. I haven't worked with it enough. You can't give them direct access to the courses. You have to create the course as a product and then create an offer that includes the product, the Training Vault product. And then you can make the price. Um, $3 million. Okay. And then you can create that test offer for the Training Vault. Describe it however you want. And then you would save it. Okay. You can edit your checkout page. Oh, yeah, that's one I want to see. You can edit your checkout page. And the checkout page, on that other page back here where I showed you sites, dashboard, you can generate a link to the client portal. Um, Pause that. You can create a link to the client portal, um, but you can't create a link directly to, um, or you can create a link to the community. Now you can build a course with an offer and a product in the courses, and now you have additional courses. Um, or inside the community. Here's one of the nice features. I love this. It's not available in the native platform. There's no, this little moon icon isn't available in the native platform. In the communities platform, this mood icon or the sun icon, you can transition to dark mode at the operator level on demand. It's really nice. I like it. As the admin, you can add additional channels, and those channels can be private channels, in which case a person has to be uh, invited directly into that channel. If it's not a private channel, then everybody in the group is automatically a member of that channel. And in this case, I had the group set to public. Um, I can change it to private, at which point it's not searchable on the internet. Someone has to know where to find it in order to get to it. Um, it's not it's the data is encrypted, but the existence of the URL is not masked. It's a real URL. They can find it if they're given that URL, but they can't search for it and find it if it's private. Or if it's public, they can search for it and find it. At this point, you could search for test group, and you would test group GHL profit launch, GHL business launch, and you probably find it. Okay. Um, so you can edit your description here. So the things that we did on the front side of the platform, inside the platform, we can now further refine in the community group. So this is the option to make it a paid recurring billing period monthly. So we can add a price for the group to actually charge for people to join the group. We didn't actually add any. Oh, we did the branding on the other side on the client portal, so that carried through. Themes. So there's some default themes. You can change these color schemes, or you can choose a custom theme and actually use the hex code to change the colors of your community. I don't even know which part I saved. You can have questions that someone has to answer in order to get into the group. The gamification, it's right now it's a preset um, distribution of levels. What the person has to do to change the levels. The only thing you're editing is the name of that level. And there's 9 levels, and it's preset what they have to do to get to each level. And the rewards, you can give them a title, but there's no the trigger inside the OmniHub or HighLevel sub account doesn't is I'm going to misspeak. It's either not yet live or it will be live very soon. To actually have to be able to trigger off of that reward and give them some additional value, access to some additional thing. This links is the ability to add. Well, I'll go here. So this is managing the page. The links is the ability to add some links on the sidebar so that you can monetize your group. So if you add those links, they'll show up right here next to your list of members for things that they can click on to join to buy from you. So that's your affiliate codes. Okay. And that's as much as I'm going to talk about groups, communities for now. Bottom line is you're going to start at sites, client portal, settings. Do all 3 of these. Then go over to your memberships. You can build your group, but the only thing you're going to do at that level is just build the cover page of the group. You're not doing any editing of the group itself. If you go here, you're going back over to that client portal in sites. Then you can build your courses. The course is the product. The offer is how they get access to the product. Once you do that, then pretty much you're going to transition into the managing it inside the communities module instead of in the base operating platform module. And that's that. I don't even know how much time I've taken. I'm Keith. I'm the bald guy. I help small businesses implement HighLevel, and I help high-level agencies, the agencies who are the companies who are using HighLevel to serve someone else, as opposed to HighLevel, the company itself. Um, so they're high companies who are using HighLevel to do their to provide services to their customers or to run their business, and then the HighLevel agencies are companies who use HighLevel as the way that they serve customers. Not they're using it to serve customers, but that's actually what they use is HighLevel as a platform to provide the services.